Hi, this is Heather Picken, host of the Fearless and Fabulous Female Masterclass. You're going to learn in 90 days or less how to take your business to the next level. You want to go to the next level, you've got to align your mind to your vision and you got to take action. So I want you to take notes, and I also want you to consider to upgrade to the Fearless and Fabulous bundle. What that is experts paid products given to you for only $97. This is important because it's supporting a cause called She Should Run. And that is about getting 250,000 women running for office by 2030. I want you to be a fearless woman. Stand in your power and know what you stand for. I hope you enjoy this masterclass. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another masterclass of the Fearless and Fabulous Female Entrepreneur Summit. I am so excited to talk about my next guest. I'm going to just go right into it. I'm going to dive right into it and introduce you to Philisha Mack, who is the founder and CEO of the Mack Institute, a global content marketing and business and personal development company dedicated to assisting others to stand in their power and monetize their message. I love that. She is committed to helping entrepreneurs all around the world to experience abundance, authenticity, and success in all facets of their lives. Philisha has the unique ability to transform her audience while providing juicy content for a higher level of implementation and strategies. And she's also the author of Live Your Best Life Now, 7 Steps to Become Your Own Boss, Steps to Truly Ignite Your Content and Marketing, Million Dollar Ideas, Entrepreneur Six. Oh, actually, let me backtrack. Steps to Ignite Your Content and Marketing, comma, can't read. Million Dollar Ideas, Entrepreneur Success, Journal and Business Recharged Workbook. Okay, it is a mouthful. She's got a lot of street cred. She has been featured in numerous media outlets and is soon to be Dr. Mack as she prepares to finish her PhD in Family Research and Resilience. That is absolutely fantastic. She has a minor in leadership and ethics and is taught as a clinical adjunct professor at Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. And she currently resides in Atlanta. When she's not creating content, coaching clients, or hosting sold out events, she is traveling, cooking, painting, or spending time with her loved ones. So I know that was a mouthful. So Philisha, thank you so much for being my expert.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Super excited to be here with you.
Yeah, and let's dive in. First off, for those that don't really understand, what is content? What is your definition of content as it applies to marketing in your business?
Yeah, that's a question I get asked a lot. And the reality is that content truly is in everything that we do, from our websites to our brochures to our email marketing. It really is. And it's the overall message that you are putting out into the universe about your business. So of course that goes into your personal brand and your professional brand as well. So anything that you're creating to communicate with your core audience, it involves content. And then you can kind of take that a step further with content marketing and content development and content strategy, right? So those are kind of some different phases as you move through the content development phases.
I love that. What a great explanation. So if we're talking, part of this series is really about, okay, what can you do in 30, 60, or 90 days to really get traction in your business, either getting visibility, getting more clients. Let's talk about some of the hot strategies that you've been using in your business or the clients that you've worked with.
Absolutely. At the top of the list, I'll say, especially as busy women entrepreneurs, automation is key. Right? Automation is key. And so one of the things that I work with my clients on is learning how to automate your business. Everything from your email marketing to your social media, because if you're anything like myself, you spend a lot of time doing social media, graphics, memes, everything. All of that is a form of your content, right? And so you really want to make sure that the first thing that you're doing is that you are automating your content. And then the second thing is you want to understand what your sweet spot is. Right? And that sweet spot is that solution that only you can offer to your ideal client. And you have to make sure that you are articulating that right so that they truly understand what solution you provide and they can self-identify with the problem that they have. So those are kind of the two main things that I'll say if you kind of look on a 90-day basis that you definitely want to make sure that you have implemented in your business.
I love what you said about automation, because I think that is the biggest thing that gets people stuck. So if we're to, like, first you got to plan it out, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
you gotta backtrack because you got to plan it out, then you got to automate it. So what would you recommend? Let's just say, would you recommend scheduling all of your content for just 30 days, 60 days, the whole 90 days? Like, what do you think?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. I recommend that everyone has a content calendar. Okay, that's the first step. So your content calendar is going to be that tool that you utilize to plan your content on a 30 or 60 or 90-day basis. So you can say, hey, you know, let's say Monday is your planning day in your business. You can say on Monday, I'm going to sit down with my calendar and I'm going to plan out all of my social media, right? So you can put all of your topics that you're going to have, kind of the highlights on your calendar. And the beautiful thing about planning your content out this way is that whenever you get to a point where you're able to hire an assistant, all you have to do is say, hey, here's my content calendar. Please just go have at it, you know, and make sure that everything is scheduled on a scheduler or you know, or so forth. But absolutely, the first thing you want to do is actually plan it out. And I like to do theme-related content. So you can say, hey, this month I'm talking all about, you know, what it really means to live my best life. I'm talking all about, you know, self-love or personal development, right? So that way it doesn't feel like your content is kind of all over the place, right? So you'll be able to kind of keep it all in alignment. So a content calendar is key when you are planning your content, as well as when you're trying to have someone that you want to kind of delegate that to, as you should at some point.
Yes, no, I definitely agree. You don't have to do it all alone. And I like the fact that you're just sitting down, you're planning, taking a day. And, you know, you did not mention, but I'm assuming that you're not delegating and telling someone else to do your content because they really can't, you know, really have your own voice, right?
Well, actually they can, right? And so a large part of what I do is I actually listen to women entrepreneurs and their core message. And sometimes we have to develop that. Like if you're just launching, or maybe even through a rebranding process, right? But one of the things that I do is I say, okay, well, tell me a little bit about, let's say, your free offer, or, you know, your lead magnet or what have you. And they may not have all of the pieces together. And so a content developer, what they can do is they can actually gather your core message and create products for you, or write blogs for you, because they have to take that time and go through some questions, of course, to truly understand what it is that you want to communicate to your audience, and then what problem that you're solving in the marketplace as well. So all of that kind of comes together.
Well, you know, that's good to know, because, you know, especially really being aligned with your voice. I remember with my recent book that I launched, I hired an editor because I'm not the greatest with grammar, which I highly recommend. And I was having people do samples of my work, and some of the people, like, they rewrote things. I'm like, this is not my voice. Yeah. And the person that I hired actually was just so in alignment with my voice, keeping the integrity of my voice. So you're saying, obviously, when people are hiring you, you're watching for that.
Absolutely. It is so important. And I think it's something also, as you are growing your business and you're looking to outsource or have some individuals create content for you, that is something that you want to look for in a reputable agency that creates content is, are they taking the time to really spend time with you, spend time with your team, you know, with your brand, so that they can, when people read your social media, they don't think it's someone in India, you know, writing your information, that it actually shines through as your voice. That's very important.
I love that. So let's just say, okay, we're planning out our content maybe for the next 30 days. What type of platforms do you recommend? I mean, sometimes people get so overwhelmed: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. doing a podcast show.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I recommend, I love, Hootsuite. Buffer is another great one. There are a lot of different platforms that you could use. Those are probably the top two that, most individuals have heard of, and they're very user friendly. And if you're not familiar, what they are schedulers, so that you can just kind of input your content and then it uploads to social media accounts. But I think, and Instagram has just kind of added a feature where you can upload through those various platforms as well. But we have to be careful with that, right? Because, of course, Facebook, they want us to use their platform solely. So when you start using third-party schedulers, sometimes it lowers your reach, especially with the new algorithm with Instagram. It can lower your reach. So just keep that in mind. And I think for some things, it's like you can't help but automate, but sometimes there are benefits to kind of scheduling or using the built-in scheduling features on each platform versus using a third-party scheduler.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. I did not know that about the third party and the algorithms about, that they frown upon that. So that's good. That's good for everyone that is watching. And, do you favor any type of social media platform, or do you really feel like it just determines on the business, like your business and how you want to put yourself out there?
Yeah, I think that it depends on who your customers are, right? Like if you know that your customers aren't 17, 18-year-olds, you may not want to rely solely on, let's say, Snapchat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Facebook is fantastic. It's my main platform of choice because it really, everyone feeds into that, right? It's kind of like, as we know, the Holy Grail. Instagram is great as well. So I would say if you utilize those two, Twitter is fantastic. It's really about where your clients hang out at, and then the platform that you spend the most time, energy, and effort on building, right? Because there's people that are crushing it solely on IG. They barely even step a foot on Facebook. And then the opposite is the same as well. So really just find, what do you enjoy using on a day-to-day basis? And then how does your client connect? Like, does your client connect via video? Maybe Periscope would be better for you. You know what I mean? So you just kind of have to try. And then if you're new, test it out. See what you like and see how your ideal client responds to the information that you're putting out.
I love that because, what if you don't like doing video, you don't like being on camera, but you're a really good writer. So being on video might not translate to your ideal clients. I might be like, this person's a train wreck.
Absolutely. So true. Yeah.
No, these are really good tips and strategies. And, one of the biggest problems I think is, how can I really stand apart from everyone else and really be myself, right? Because a lot of times, there's more businesses, let's face it, as technology has advanced. I mean, everything is just like, going crazy. Yeah. So what are your suggestions with your content to really kind of stand out, find your voice, not be so much like a copycat, like, kind of do what that other person is talking about?
Yes, absolutely. You have to really, and I'm glad you asked this question because a lot of my clients now, I'm finding they're like, well, everyone's a coach now, or everyone is this now, how am I going to make money? But listen, everyone, number one, I believe that the first thing that you should do to stand out is to understand what your niche market is, right? So you may be a personal development coach, but at the core of what you do, it may be focusing on getting individuals unstuck, right? Or whatever, from whatever they're going through. So really niche down what you're doing, and then get laser focused from a content perspective to drive home that message. And stand in your uniqueness, right? So if you are kind of loud or quirky or whatever, like stand in that and allow your brand to shine through. If you're more reserved and polished and you kind of more of a minimalist, stand in that space, right? And so I think a lot of times people see, oh, I see this person is really successful. Their graphics look like this or what have you, or they're doing videos like this, so let me follow suit. But there's a reason why your ideal audience is attracted to you, because it's like they can see whatever piece of themselves in you, or they connect to your story or whatever the situation may be. So you have to stand in your full authenticity. And one of the things that I always say to my clients is, listen, stand in your truth. The quickest and easiest way to monetize is for you to stand in your truth and to share your story. So you have to be able to kind of bridge that gap between kind of you, the professional individual, to the real person behind the brand. And I think that's how you set yourself apart, and that's how you're able to attract individuals to you, because authenticity sells.
Yeah, Philisha, I love what you're saying, because I actually had this dilemma myself when I started out my business. I was positioning myself more like around the marketing, and I'm like, I really just enjoy mindset, talking about neuroscience, how the brain works, and then working with entrepreneurs around that framework. Not that I don't teach them strategy, but that, to me, I feel like, I don't really want to like say, okay, this is how you create an Instagram account. And I really struggled with that. So I really want the women that are watching this right now is to listen to Philisha. You've got to be you. You've got to be authentic. You got to put yourself out there. I remember I was working with this coach, and he was a male. And he told me not to post like certain things. I'm like, this is who I am. I was just so blown away. And of course that relationship dissolved, but what you're saying is so true, really trusting your own journey and what you're putting out there.
Absolutely. It's so important. So important.
Yeah, because you want to stand out. Another thing you mentioned was really interesting is like, oh yeah, quote unquote, everyone's a coach, but it goes back to, going after what your genius zone is, being different. And I also was thinking about this the other day. It's okay that there are many people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, because to me, it's about transforming this planet. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And we can't do it alone. And I think that it's a beautiful thing, especially as women entrepreneurs, right? When we can understand that our uniqueness allows us to serve better and to serve greater, because coming together, everyone doesn't do content. Like, I'm sure other people listening, they may be geniuses in marketing or whatever, right? Or branding. So everyone coming together, that's how you truly serve the masses. And I love the summit that you're doing, because it truly speaks to women empowerment and women being able to come together, to serve a large audience. So I'm really excited about the movement.
Awesome. No, thank you. No, I really want the women that are watching this right now or listening, whatever format, is that, find a voice that you resonate with and hire them, because it's the fastest path to getting your clients, getting your message out there, going to the next level. Not one size fits all. Okay. So you work with the person, you might want to work with a couple of people. I know in my career, I have worked with maybe 2 or 3 different people, because they've served a purpose. I've learned to acquire those skill sets, and then it just allowed me to go to the next level. So let's talk about investing in yourself, because I think this is sometimes overlooked, and people don't realize if you really want to get to the fastest path, you really have to invest in yourself. You've got to invest and realize that every dollar that you're putting in, you're taking the knowledge of a coach or a mentor and accelerating your journey, accelerating your business. So if you could speak to that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's everything, When I think about just the amount of money that I've spent on coaching and just, education just in general, I mean, it's overwhelming. But I always tell individuals, when you invest in yourself, you have to feel a stretch. Right? Sometimes it's not even about what you're getting on the opposite side of your investment. Sometimes it's about you believing in yourself and really believing in your innate ability to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? That you're saying, wow, I spent, $2,000 for this program, and yeah, I'm gonna dive in, but it's going to allow you to wake up earlier, right? It's going to allow you to prioritize some things and get things done. Because I'm sorry, but listen, I love free things all day, every day, right? But when I pay my money, it is on. Like, I'm showing up, I'm the first person on the call. I'm going to be asking all the questions. I'm going to be at the front row of the conference. Like, that is me. And so I know as women, we have families, we have all these responsibilities, and sometimes it is in our nature to put all of those things before ourselves. And so when you invest in yourself, absolutely make sure that it's an amazing product or whatever it is that you're doing. But even more than that, it is about you giving yourself that personal yes that's not connected to your husband, That yes that's not connected to your child, right? It's about that personal yes that's going to allow you to catapult yourself to the next level. And when you invest in yourself, your self-belief increases, right?
Yes.
And so absolutely. So if you're on the fence, definitely do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can remember investing in myself when I honestly didn't have the money, and it was the best decision that I ever made in my entire life. Plus, you've got the support of someone having your back, and it creates this beautiful synergy. Like, to me, I feel like, everyone working together, like if you're working with someone or just all of this in this kind of collaboration, it is this kind of spiritual thing where we are wanting to evolve. We are wanting to grow the planet and in a healthy way. And as women, I think we are so powerful. And if we're standing in our power, we're only going to make the world better.
Absolutely. Yes. Love it. Yes.
I love this. Philisha, I could be talking to you all day. You are a fireball. You are just amazing. I love your energy. And before we go today, I know you have a gift. So can you share a little bit about what that is? And it's going to be posted below the link wherever you're watching.
Absolutely. So earlier I talked about the importance of having a content calendar, right? And how you should use that to really plan your content. Well, I have a gift for you guys. I would like to offer you guys the king of editorial calendars. This is a calendar that you can utilize to plan your content, and you can also use it to schedule your content on social media. So all you need to do is join me inside of my private community, right? My private community on Facebook. We talked about Facebook earlier at the Mack, M-A-C-K Institute Hub. Join me, send a request, we'll approve you. And then in the file section of the group, you will be able to find a lot of great info, but definitely a link to the editorial calendar.
That is absolutely fabulous. Yes, you will find the link too. If you didn't understand, I'm always like, what is that link that she wrote down? Or she's saying, yeah. So I really encourage everyone to do that. And Philisha, thank you so much for being my expert today. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Lots of fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I just want to close out this masterclass and let people know, listen, you don't want to just listen or watch this. You want to implement. That is the key to your success. If you create a 90-day goal, I'm all about creating goals in 30, 60, or 90 days. You're going to be able to attract clients. You're going to feel aligned with your vision, mission, and purpose, and do things in the world that are extraordinary. And I'm so certain of that. So I highly recommend that you download Philisha's gift and start taking action. Until next time, everyone, this is Heather Picken. Take care. So I hope you enjoyed this masterclass. Now, my question for you is, what are you going to do in the next 90 days? I want you to take action that is aligned with your ambitious goal. When I work with clients, I actually show them how to change the neuroplasticity of their brain. And part of the process is really understanding, what goal, what action that I want to take is actually in alignment with my vision and mission and purpose. So you want to make sure that you have that. My other ask is to consider doing the Fearless and Fabulous Female Bundle. That is an upgrade, and it's $97. It runs throughout the summit. The reason why that's important is, number one, it's going to accelerate the rate in which you start attracting your success with some of the strategies that these experts are offering you. Number two, it's actually going to support a cause called She Should Run. As I mentioned earlier, it's about getting 250,000 women running for office by 2030. As women, we are so powerful. And I believe we're really living in an interesting time that we can change the world with our work. So again, I hope you consider the Fearless and Fabulous Bundle, and I want you to take action, okay? I'm going to be checking up on you.